Alright, so today we're diving deep into one of the most mysterious phenomena out déjà vu. You know that eerie feeling when you're in a situation, and for a split second, you're convinced you've lived it before. It's like you're suddenly aware of a glitch in the matrix. But here's the thing, déjà vu is so much more than just a random brain hiccup. Most people misunderstand what it really means. And today, we're going to break down the 5 most misunderstood déjà vu signs and explain what's actually happening on a much deeper, spiritual level. Now, I know what you're thinking. Déjà vu is just some weird brain thing, right? Some neurons firing in the wrong order or something. And yeah, that's the scientific explanation. Yeah, but if you stop there, you're missing out on a huge part of the picture. Because what if I told you that déjà vu is often a sign, a message, or even a warning from the universe? It's not just some random occurrence. It's a moment where the veil between different realities, different timelines, or even different lifetimes gets thin just for a split second. And in that moment, you're being given a glimpse of something far bigger than yourself. So, let's dive into the first misunderstood sign. You've probably had déjà vu in a conversation, right? You're talking with someone, and suddenly, you feel like you've had this exact conversation before. But here's the thing. This kind of déjà vu isn't just a coincidence. It's often a sign that your soul is recognizing a karmic connection. Maybe you've spoken these words to this person in a past life, or maybe you've had similar conversations in alternate realities. But the key here is that déjà vu is trying to wake you up to something important. It's like the universe is saying, hey, pay attention. This moment, this interaction, it's significant. So, the next time you feel that familiar jolt, ask yourself, what is this moment trying to show me? Is there something unresolved here? Is this person in my life for a reason beyond what I can see?
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
And that leads us to the second misunderstood sign, déjà vu in places. You walk into a room, or a city, or even a country, and you're hit with that overwhelming feeling that you've been there before. But you know you haven't. It's impossible. Or is it? What if déjà vu in a place is actually a sign of soul memory? You see, our souls carry memories from lifetimes that we don't consciously remember. So when you experience déjà vu in a place, it could be a sign that your soul is remembering a past life. Maybe you lived in that place centuries ago. Maybe you experienced something significant there. Or maybe, just maybe, your soul is guiding you back to this place for a reason. The question is, are you listening? Are you willing to explore the possibility that your soul knows more than your conscious mind? What is it trying to remind you of? Now, the third sign is one that often gets overlooked, déjà vu during moments of decision. This is a big one. You're about to make a choice. Maybe it's something small, like what route to take on the way to work, or maybe it's something huge, like whether to quit your job or move to a new city. And suddenly you get that déjà vu feeling. It's like you've stood at this crossroads before. But what does it mean? This kind of déjà vu is often a sign that you're standing at a pivotal moment in your soul's journey. You've been here before, maybe in this life, maybe in another, but the choices you make now will determine the path you take moving forward. It's a moment of alignment where your soul is nudging you toward the path that's aligned with your highest good. So when you feel déjà vu in these moments, take a deep breath, slow down, tune in. What is your soul trying to tell you about the decision you're about to make? Are you choosing from a place of fear or a place of love? Are you aligning with your purpose, or are you straying from it? Now, before we move on to the next misunderstood sign, let me ask you, how often have you brushed off déjà vu as just some weird quirk? How often have you ignored those moments where your soul was trying to speak to you? Because here's the truth. Most people go through life asleep. They miss the signs, the messages, the clues that the universe is constantly dropping in their path. But if you're here, watching this, you're ready to wake up. You're ready to start paying attention to the deeper meaning behind these experiences. So, let's keep going. Now, let's talk about the fourth misunderstood déjà vu sign, which is closely tied to the idea of synchronicity. Have you ever experienced déjà vu and then, almost immediately after, something incredibly synchronistic happens? Maybe you see repeating numbers like 1111, or you bump into someone you were just thinking about. This isn't just a coincidence. Déjà vu and synchronicity often go hand in hand because they're both ways in which the universe communicates with you. They're moments where time, space, and reality seem to bend, offering you a glimpse into the interconnectedness of everything. When you experience déjà vu followed by a synchronicity, it's usually a sign that you're in alignment with your higher path. It's the universe's way of saying, you're on the right track. Keep going. But here's the kicker. Most people don't recognize this. They brush off the synchronicities as mere chance, and they miss the message. But if you can start to see these moments for what they truly are, you'll begin to notice that the universe is constantly guiding you, constantly offering you signs to help you navigate your life. So the next time you experience déjà vu, pay attention to what happens afterward. Do you notice any synchronicities? Are there patterns emerging in your life that you've been ignoring? What is the universe trying to tell you through these moments of alignment? Now, let's move on to the fifth, and perhaps the most profound déjà vu sign. Déjà vu as a glimpse into parallel realities. This is where things get really interesting. You see, we tend to think of reality as linear, as if there's only one version of events, one timeline that we're living. But what if déjà vu is actually a glimpse into another version of reality? What if, in that moment of déjà vu, you're briefly tapping into a parallel version of yourself, living a different life, making different choices? This might sound far-fetched, but think about it. Modern physics is starting to suggest that parallel realities, or the multiverse, might actually be a real thing. And if that's true, then it's entirely possible that déjà vu is your consciousness briefly shifting from one version of reality to another. In that moment, you're experiencing a memory from a parallel life where things played out slightly differently. Maybe in that other reality, you made a different choice. Maybe in that other reality, you took a different path. But for a brief moment, those two realities overlap and you get a glimpse of the life you could have lived. So the question is, what will you do with this knowledge? When you experience déjà vu, will you continue to brush it off as a random occurrence, or will you start to see it as a signpost, a message from the universe guiding you toward a deeper understanding of yourself and your life's path? Alright, now that we've explored the 5 most misunderstood déjà vu signs, let's take a step back and ask, what's the takeaway here? Why does this matter? The truth is, most people go through life missing the signs. They experience déjà vu, they brush it off, and they move on. But if you can start to approach these moments with awareness, with curiosity, and with an open mind, you'll begin to see that déjà vu is so much more than just a strange experience. It's a powerful tool for self-awareness, for spiritual growth, and for aligning with your higher purpose. When you experience déjà vu, it's like the universe is handing you a key to unlock a deeper understanding of yourself, your past, and your future. But here's the thing, you have to be willing to use it. You have to be willing to ask the deeper questions. Why am I experiencing this? What is the message here? What is my soul trying to show me? And most importantly, how can I use this moment to make more conscious choices moving forward? Because that's what déjà vu is really about. It's about awareness. It's about waking up to the fact that you are not just a passive observer in your life. You are an active participant, and the choices you make matter. Every time you experience déjà vu, It's an opportunity to reflect on where you are, where you've been, and where you're going. It's a moment where time and space bend, offering you a glimpse of the bigger picture. But you have to be willing to look. Let me ask you this: how many times have you experienced déjà vu and ignored it? How many times have you felt the jolt of familiarity and dismissed it as just some weird brain glitch? And how might your life change if you started paying attention to those moments? What if, instead of brushing them off, you leaned in, got curious, and asked yourself, what is the universe trying to show me right now? So here we are. We've broken down the 5 most misunderstood déjà vu signs. We've explored the deeper spiritual meaning behind these mysterious moments. And we've talked about how déjà vu can serve as a powerful tool for self-awareness, spiritual growth, and aligning with your higher purpose. But now we're left with the most important question of all. What are you going to do with this knowledge? Because here's the thing, knowledge is only powerful if you use it. You can listen to everything we've talked about, nod along, and think, that's interesting, and then go back to living your life exactly the same way. Like a dream you forget within minutes of waking up, you can let these insights slip away without ever applying them. Or you can transform. You can take the next step. You can start paying attention to those subtle signs, those hidden messages, those moments of déjà vu that the universe is constantly trying to offer you. When you experience déjà vu from now on, don't just brush it off. Don't let it be that fleeting moment where your brain goes, that was weird, and then you move on without thinking twice. Instead, pause. Take a breath. Allow yourself to sit with the feeling for a minute. Let it sink in. Reflect on it. What were you doing in that moment of déjà vu? What thoughts were filling your mind? Who were you with? And what were you talking about? Is there a pattern, a synchronicity, something that connects this experience to others in your life? Are you being guided toward a decision, a realization, or a deeper understanding of yourself? You see, déjà vu is far from random. It's a ripple in reality, a brief moment where you're offered a glimpse of something bigger than the immediate, physical world you navigate day to day. It's like the universe is flashing a signpost in front of you, but it's up to you to recognize it. Once you have to be willing to stop, to reflect, and to ask the right questions. And let's be real, how often do we really do this? How often do we pause in our busy lives to consider the deeper meaning of what's happening around us? So most people don't. Most people shrug it off and move on. But that's not you, not anymore. I want you to start seeing these moments of déjà vu as invitations. Invitations to become more conscious of your life, to step out of autopilot, and to start paying attention to the subtle energies that are constantly shaping your reality. Because here's the truth, life is not a series of random events. Life is a web of interconnected moments, and déjà vu is one of the ways the universe gives you a peek behind the curtain. It's a reminder that time is not as linear as we think. It's a reminder that there are forces at work beyond what we can see with our eyes. And it's a reminder that you are a soul on a journey, and every single experience, every déjà vu moment, has meaning if you're willing to look for it. So, the next time you feel that familiar jolt of recognition, don't ignore it. Don't let it pass by without a second thought. Pause, lean into it, and ask yourself, what is this moment trying to show me? Is there a deeper message here? What is my soul recognizing that my conscious mind isn't fully aware of yet? Is this déjà vu pointing me toward a decision or an opportunity that I haven't been fully conscious of? Is it a reminder that I've been here before, that I've faced this choice or this situation in some other time, some other life? And how can I use this moment to make more conscious, aligned choices moving forward? Remember, déjà vu isn't just a quirky brain glitch. It's a sign. It's a message. It's the universe's way of tapping you on the shoulder and saying, hey, pay attention. There's more going on here than you realize. It's a moment when the veil between the physical and the spiritual, the past and the future, becomes thin. And in that moment, you have the opportunity to wake up to a deeper level of awareness. But here's the thing, most people won't. Most people will continue to brush off these moments, to live their lives on autopilot, never realizing that the universe is constantly trying to communicate with them, but not you. If you're here, if you've made it this far, it's because you're ready to wake up. You're ready to start paying attention to the messages that are all around you. You're ready to live your life with more awareness, more intention, and more alignment with your soul's purpose. So, here's my final question for you. Are you ready to start paying attention to the signs? Are you ready to open your eyes to the deeper messages that Deja Vu and the universe are offering you? Because when you do, I promise you this, life will become so much more than just a series of random events. It will become a journey, one where every moment, every decision, and every Deja Vu experience is guiding you toward becoming the most aligned, conscious, and awakened version of yourself. What will you do with this moment?